Hello, friends. Welcome to the Medicare Radio Program brought to you by Exact Medicare. I'm your host, Darlene Larimore. As you know, my friends call me Dar. You're welcome to, too. The purpose of this show is to connect with the people that we care about the most, and that is you. We want to share relevant news and information, things that are going to help you smooth out that Medicare journey that you're on, and to help you be more confident in your healthcare decisions. We also like to add a little fun to it too when we can. First of all, I want to welcome some new members to the Exact Medicare Community Conversations. If you haven't logged into our website, please do. There's so much fun going on there. Our new members, some of them, Holly Quinn, Terry Tuttle, Beverly Goodrum, Ronald Williams, so many more. Thank you so much for joining. I sure appreciate you tuning in here today. And when I say that, tuning in, that's funny. We're not tuning in at all. I remember tuning in on the TV when I was a little girl. Dad would have to wiggle the antenna around on our old little TV that was the size of a big piece of furniture in the family room until he got just the right view, just the right channel that he wanted. And back then, we only had 3 channels, and I was in Cleveland. I think there was more channels there than any of the rural communities here in Ohio. It's really interesting how radio and television have changed everything. And tuning in, it's an antiquated term, or maybe it's not. It's just evolved. Now, when we think about tuning in, we're tuning into people's thoughts or feelings, or we're tuning into a program, or we're not trying to tune the television or tune the radio to something. That's how life is, and it's just all about change. The littlest things that don't seem to make much of a difference, like tuning in. If you say tuning in now to, say, my grandchildren, they would tell you that means something very different than somebody in their 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. We all have a different idea of what tuning in is. So that's just one little example of how things change. Everything is just a little bit different. And one thing they can't change is I do need to start my day. It's early morning here where I'm at, and I've already had my coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and get my water started. Hope you have something yummy to sip on too while we're watching. The other thing that's changing, as I'm at our home office here for Exact Medicare, we're in a suburb just outside of Columbus, Ohio, Westerville, Ohio. One thing that's changing here is, things are just perking up and the greenery's coming back out again. Everything is coming back to life. I've even seen a few robins. They are gone during the winter months, and I'm so happy to see that they're coming back. I love to hear the birds chirping in the springtime. The other nice thing about spring is lawnmowers are firing up, the smell of the green grass, all of that fun stuff. And the other thing that's not such a welcome change is springtime allergies. Ooh, I'll just apologize now because I might need to be reaching over here for a Kleenex. And I want you to know I do have my handy dandy antibacterial sanitizer. I think it's a really good idea for everybody to keep this on hand all the time, but especially now when things are changing and we're coming into the springtime. See somebody at the office or the store and they're coughing or sneezing or wiping their nose. You're wondering if they've got a bug and they're going to pass it on to you. Most likely here in Ohio, they're suffering with allergies. And you can't really pass an allergy on, but you don't want to pass the germs that go with it along. So I keep this nearby all the time. I'm really fortunate because this is actually from Bath and Body Works and it smells really nice. But one little dab and you can rub it in and it takes care of anything that is yucky on your hands and you're in good shape. I'm real happy because there is a Bath and Body Works store on my way home. So it's about 1.5 miles from my home. I pass it twice a day. My husband's not so happy about that because I do like to stop in and because there's always something I need. We've all been there. But yeah, I'll tell you with the allergies, the funny thing is when you're working in a close proximity, like if you're in a hospital or a nursing home or even an office like I am here today, it's real hard. I feel really uncomfortable since I do have seasonal allergies and I have the symptoms that go along with it. I don't want all my coworkers to think that I'm coming to work and getting them sick because we've all been there. If I am near you and I'm sneezing or whatever, then if you happen to catch a cold or you have some seasonal allergies, all of a sudden your cold or your seasonal allergies have my name on it. Yep. Darlene came to work and she had the sniffles. Now I've got it. Isn't it funny how we just always feel like we need to name it? And that's okay. That is human nature, isn't it? The one thing that is certain is when you live anywhere that has 4 seasons, you're always going to have allergies. And I shouldn't really say that because my sister-in-law lives in Florida and she also has allergies. And allergies hit her there in Florida too. So I guess she can't really escape it. So that's unfortunate. One thing that all of the seasonal changes brings to my mind is making sure that we have everything set as far as our insurance program. And that brings us to our word of the day. It's deductibles and copays. Ooh, those are bad words early in the morning because that all means something's coming out of your pocket. The good news about deductibles and copays is they are usually minimal. And when I say minimal, it's just a small percentage of the actual cost of whatever the treatment or the service that you're receiving is. And it goes along with almost everything, including your Medicare Advantage plan. Deductibles are really an important part of the plan. If you think of your Medicare Advantage plan, it's an awful lot of health insurance that you had when you were working. You have group health insurance, and there are deductibles. You go to the doctor, you pay a deductible. The good news is that with most Medicare Advantage plans, if you're going to your primary care doctor, you have a $0 deductible, and who doesn't love that? $0, that means you don't even have to open your purse or your wallet. You're in good shape. But there are other things that cost just a little bit more money. It's important to keep that stuff in mind during seasonal allergy time or any time when you think that you might be sick or an accident happens. One thing I wanted to tell you about, when you sign up for your Medicare Advantage plan, you get an awful lot of mail. They'll send you what every carrier, every insurance company calls a welcome packet. That packet contains some important information, like your summary of coverage, which is what I'm holding right here. It's a little booklet, and it tells you clearly on the top its summary of benefits. But when you open it up, you will see that everything is outlined for you nicely. You don't have to read the whole book, but the nice thing about the summary of benefits is that you can scan down and see whatever it is that you're having done. For example, if you need to go to the doctor because you are having some respiratory issues, you're not sure if it's an allergy or a cold or if it's worse. You're going to go to the doctor. The doctor might send you for some tests or some therapy or other things, and all of those have separate deductibles. So make good friends with your summary of benefits. It's a really wonderful tool. It's a great place for you to go to see what it is that's going to be your final cost. One of the things that we don't think about so much when we're thinking about the deductible is that in every single Medicare Advantage plan and health insurance plan, group health insurance, individual health insurance, there's always a maximum out of pocket. We in the industry call that a MOP, M-O-P, maximum out of pocket. That's really important to understand what your maximum out of pocket is. Chances are good that in a year, you're never going to come close to reaching your maximum out of pocket. That usually occurs when something catastrophic has happened, like you're in the hospital maybe once or twice a year. You might just reach your maximum out of pocket. The maximum of out of pocket is all those deductibles. The deductibles for your therapies, for your services, for x-rays possibly, doctor copay. Because even though your primary care physician doesn't have a deductible, there will be a deductible if you go to a specialty doctor, like an immunotherapist or just anybody that is specialty, not a primary care physician. The other important deductible that you're going to have is, heaven forbid, that after all the tests are done, it turns out that you're going to need to spend some time in the hospital because you need intense care and treatment. You need 24-hour nursing service or the like. So now you're an inpatient in the hospital. There's a deductible there too for your hospital copays. Most of the time in your plan, you're going to be paying, we'll just say, $400 a day for days 1 through 6. So if you think about that, that's $2,400 that's going toward that maximum out of pocket that you'll spend on an annual basis. Now, after you've been there for the 6 days, of course, the insurance company is going to pick up all the rest, so you don't have any more worries there. But that's how that works. So just make good friends with your summary of benefits. Of course, the summary of benefits isn't the only source of information. You can always give us a call here at Exact Medicare. You don't necessarily need to talk to the agent that helped you enroll in the program. We are all licensed agents here at Exact Medicare, and we have got a customer support team set up just for you. If you have any questions, concerns, things that you just have been thinking about and you haven't found the answer to, just give us a ring. We're happy to go over your plan, help explain what's going to happen if this happens or that happens. The other good thing is we're coming up on vacation time too, aren't we? People like to get in the car and go anywhere just to get away. What happens if you get sick while you're gone? There's a couple of things that you can do there. With your Medicare Advantage plan, if you have a PPO, which is the Preferred Provider Organization, you can see any doctor that accepts Medicare and your health insurance plan. If you have an HMO, you have a little bit tighter rein on that because, of course, the doctors that are in your health maintenance organization, your HMO, are from your local territory. Doesn't mean that you're out for the count, because for most Medicare Advantage plans, I would like to say all, but of course there's probably going to be that one somewhere that I don't know about yet that doesn't accept any HMO. But then if you have to go and see a doctor and you're away from home, you are in an HMO on your Medicare Advantage plan, you can still go ahead and see a doctor or visit a hospital, whatever needs to happen to help you get back on the road to recovery. Just know that your out-of-pocket is going to be a whole lot more than your deductible would be otherwise if you were with your primary care physician. Sometimes it's up to 50%. So just be aware that is something. Now, for vacationers, folks who like to go away for an extended vacation, 3, 4, 6 weeks, 3 months, you can always purchase travel insurance. And I used to be in that world. That's an important thing to have. Travel insurance is important. But that also can come with some additional health coverage too. So you're not out for the count there either. It's just important to be looking at all of your options. Even your credit cards offer some type of insurance for both your auto if you get into an accident. Some of your credit cards actually could offer rental car coverage for you. Just make sure that you really understand all of the benefits on everything that you've got going on. Of course, your primary source of information when you're coming to your health insurance is your Medicare Advantage plan and your Medicare Parts A and B, because that's the foundation. The Medicare Advantage plan is over and above all of that. So it just helps you to be nicely protected and really in a good position. Although copays aren't much fun, deductibles aren't much fun, it sure beats paying the whole premium. Hospitals and doctor's offices can help you with payment plans, so I don't want you to worry about that. Everybody is going to see you. It's just going to be, you're going to have to work out the payment. So the Medicare Advantage plan is really important. And that's where having a licensed agent who is a broker, like we are here at Exact Medicare, when it gets time for annual enrollment period starting October 15th through December 7th, it's a really good time to connect with one of our agents so that we can do an in-depth review of your plan, compare it with the plans that are coming out for the new year, just to make sure that you're still in the plan that makes the most sense for you. You can make a change there in the annual enrollment period, that is AEP, but of course that change won't be effective until January. But there again, don't we want to always plan ahead? When we're throwing a birthday party, we plan ahead. We just don't do everything just off the cuff. Sometimes that's fun, but for things that are of utmost importance, like your health insurance, it's a great idea to do a thorough review. Because, boy, change does happen. Well, it's important to just get the information that you need, and that's where the licensed agents, brokers, can really help. And when you think about accessing information, it makes me think about our Exact Medicare, or the Medicare Community Conversations website. Because I'll tell you, Jeremy, our Director of Communications, has done such a good job. If you haven't logged in, please log in. There are so many fun topics. Jeremy puts up on the Exact Medicare website. It's just great. You got to log in. I was logged in yesterday, and it just made me smile. One of our members, Faye Reinobach, shared a photo of her adorable little dog, Gigi. Gigi's part Yorkie and part poodle and 100% adorable. She's just sitting there on the couch looking like she's ready to hop on Faye's lap the next time she sits down. I love it that folks are sharing their photos like that. It's so important just to have something fun to look at like that. We've also got a new member, and her name's Rhonda Udy. She posted that she's excited about her birthday. She's got a birthday in May. Well, happy early birthday to you. I'm really glad that you shared that with us. I have got a good friend, and on her birthday month, she calls it her birthday month. She doesn't have a birthday day. She celebrates all month, and what a great idea. Why not? So I think that's awesome that people have been able to come together and really enjoy the Exact Medicare Community Conversations website. There's an awful lot of trivia going on there. I've told you about the television show trivia. They've got all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to be talking about food and a lot of other really interesting topics too. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing here on the Exact Medicare Radio Program is that we're going to be having some interviews with some of our agents and other people that will be of interest to you. Talking about important topics that we haven't discussed yet. It's going to be more of an in-depth type of a conversation for specifics in the Medicare world, such as, what if you're a veteran? Are there special thoughts that have to go into play for that? All of our agents are very well versed in taking care of our veterans, and there's nothing that I appreciate more than a veteran. I thank every single one of you. I know that you're out there, and we just appreciate you. Thank you for your service to our country, and it is our honor to be able to serve you in your Medicare journey. So thank you for trusting us with your health insurance needs. And thank you for all of you for trusting us, because if you're here on the Exact Medicare Radio Program, you are probably a member of ours, and we really do appreciate you. We try to provide the service that you need and trust. We want to be a resource and an advocate for everything that you've got going on. Sometimes the things that hit us in our life just throw us for a loop a little bit. Sometimes you get sick and you don't know what to do or what comes next. Well, I know I need an oxygen machine, don't know where to get one. Give us a call. We can help because your Medicare Advantage plan does offer some help, usually about 20% of the cost of medical equipment that you need to have at home. And we can put you in touch with resources to make that possible for you. So we're just happy to serve, and we're thrilled that you have trusted us with your health insurance needs. It has been my pleasure to talk with you here today, and thank you again for spending a little bit of time with us. You are the reason that we're in business, and we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love, and we hope that you will find something good in today and find plenty of reasons to smile. Until we meet again, take care, friends.